looks like we have a crash here. I don't know, Unity always does this. Every once in a while. I'll probably cut this out. Oh yeah, I'm not doing it with custom screens. I was like, what? No. We're doing it this way. The way everyone else wants to do it. With the UI. Alright, so we're back into our UI here. We were just working on what here? Oh crap, I have to do the continue button again. Okay, so custom, main menu, continue. Drop our canvas, apply blocks, trigger event, and this is going to be show load slots. Oh, load, whoops. Yeah, show load slots. Menu. Show load slots menu, that's what we'll call it. Whatever. That works too. As long as this is something you can recall on later in the process. Get used to saving often just in case. Control S is your best friend on Windows. Whatever it is on Mac, I don't know. Excuse me. So yeah, so to show our load menu, let's just do this once again here. So disable that menu, and then we want to enable our load slots. Load slots. Enable load slots. Boom. But now with our back here, we're actually going to want to disable load slots here when we go back. So let's go to disable. Even if it's already disabled, calling to disable the load slots is always good, because this way we could use the same back feature, event. We can use the same back event over and over again, as long as we just call to disable everything when we go back to the main menu. So it'll disable all windows except for the main menu. That's what we're going with this back. Show load slots menu. That's going to show our load slots menu. Okay, perfect. Save again just in case. So we click on that, it's going to show it. Now we need to disable this, show this. We need a on update. Our on update's already here. Alright, yeah, just as we're showing this, we actually want to set a few things. So let's get to that. So flow if, we need to go, we need to grab the not a. So this way it's getting the inverse of a boolean, and then we need the is empty. Where is it? String is empty. And then we are going to grab our slot date time. So IO slot date time, common, grab an integer, and we start off with 0. So this way, if slot 0 date time is empty, boom, we can now set the text of our slots here. So that's what we're going to do. So GUI set text. We also want to set its interactable. So just right here, click on all your buttons here and turn off their interactable, because you can't have them interactable without save data, that's for sure. So we'll set interactable equals true on button 1, I mean slot 1. So we need find by name, so slot 1. Button slot 1. This is going to be a nice hierarchy down, so canvas, main menu, slash load slots. There we go. Just let me deplete that. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we want to set that button slot to interactable to true. The next one for our text, we're actually going to be wanting to set the text on we want it to be the text inside the, so now we want to slash button dash slot 1. Hey. Let's go to common here. String a plus b at the bottom where string is. Grab string a plus b. We're going to call it slot 1. Oh, whoops, I gotta click down here. Slot 1, put a press enter to kind of put this ending here, and then we're going to want to grab our slot date here, and boom. Now we're going to copy this two more times here. Let's widen this out, make it bigger so you guys can see it better here. Now we start off with 0 because 0 is the under the hood 1 for most of the things in game design. So number 2 would look like it's 1, but then everywhere else it is slot button 2. Slot button 2, slot button 2. I want to make sure that I'm doing all this. And then this would be number 2. Number 2. Slot button 3. And slot button 3. This should say number 3 as well. And this should say number 2. Look over your stuff, quick things. Make sure that you just renamed everything properly. So 0 to 2. 0, 1, and 2, which is actually 1, 2, 3 when people see it in game. Alright, so now when you load the load save, the load slots menu, all your data information is going to get collected and set before it enables the load slots. This way, if there's any data to continue, which there obviously will be if the continue button is, but then only the slots that have the data will be interactable, and they will have the slot 1 and it'll have the date information of when the slot was last saved. This is 2, this one should be 3. I forgot to finish changing all their names. Alright, perfect, there we go. Now that would actually instantly load. So now we actually need to add a few things here. So this is actually going to go to the canvas here, function, trigger, and we're going to call it load slot 1. So we need to make sure that all 3 of our buttons here can do click events. So make sure you drag your canvas. Your function is a trigger event, like before. This one is load slot 2, and this one is load slot 3. Alright, so that's all set up. We now go into our canvas. We go here, we add 3 customs. load slot 1. Oops. Load slot 2 and load slot 3. Now we also need a fourth, which is going to be called load game. We are now going to go to IO. We want to click load game, and we want to go to variables, go down to temporary variable, and grab the temp integer. Call it param1, no capitals. And we want to show a load screen. Before we do that, now in our load slots here, 1, 2, and 3, we're going to want to go to our flow, trigger event. I'm going to trigger the event load game. So this event here that we made, trigger event load game in self with parameter integer. Grab an integer, put it in param1, keep it as 0. Now just copy this, paste it in slot 2, call that a 1, and do it again for slot 3 and call it a 2. Put a 2 integer in param1. This way when you click on either one of these, it'll send from 0, 1, 2 to load save. So this way it'll say load the game at the selected slot that you actually clicked on. Alright, so that'll just load you right into the game afterwards. So the load slots would then be closed. If we were to come back into our main menu, we now need to do our options. So we need to actually make our show options. Did we make our show options? No, we have not. So custom, rename, show options menu. We'll go to our show load screen menu. We'll grab these. So we're going to enable disable. So this one is actually called, so we want to find options menu in these. We're going to disable that. Oh, actually, the options menu. Okay, so we'll go back into the options menu in a second. So anyway, this will get duplicated as the enable, because we need to enable options menu, and then this disable is the main menu, because we need to disable the main menu. We also need to take these, go into our back, put it in here. I don't know why I was just talking like that. And set disable, because we want to disable this. So we have confirm new game, back, load save, disable load slots. You won't be going back from. We could add a back button from the load slots. I guess we'll do that after, since I forgot it, but we'll get back into that. Show options menu. Da 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 da. Perfect. The options menu is being shown now in our on update. We want if equals B, if find child by name. I guess this might work. We're looking for our resolution here, so options menu, panel, resolution. So if panel if text dash resolution, okay, so if text resolution, find by name, canvas dash main menu slash options menu. If this equals I need to check if it's enabled. So you can't check if it's enabled. Because yeah, this is, if we have it changing our, well, setting the text to the resolution and the graphics all the time, it's just going to be it's just going to bog down the game. Not much, but I guess, you know, but we don't want to do that. So we want to check if this is here. Instead, we should just check if the options menu here. So if options menu is equal to, but it doesn't check to see if it's enabled. So there's two ways we can do this. We can do it with a local variable, so that's what we'll do, local variable. So add a plybox, and actually you don't need to add the plyblocks to the options menu, we'll just add the local variable to this menu here. It'll be a bool, it'll be options shown. So this way when we show our options, it'll enable options shown here. So if local variable options shown in self equals common boolean true. So if options shown in self equals true, we want to set the texts. GUI set text and set text, because now we need to find these things here. Panel resolution, it says resolution. Okay, so now we're looking for text resolution by canvas main menu slash options menu slash panel resolution. But this is actually going to be text graphics for options panel. Graphics. And we actually want this to be the renderer. We want to grab the selected resolution, and then we need quality level and the current quality level. There we go. So now when we show our options menu here, we need to set the local variable, in variables, set local variable to options shown in self to common boolean true. You need to set it to true. Copy this, go into back, and we will set it to false every time. This way when we hit back, just in case, it'll always be going back. There we go. So those resolution words will be changing to what the resolution is currently set to. Now we have the apply changes. Our back button, obviously, we'll just use our back. So let's just go straight up to our back button, back, canvas, no function, apply blocks, trigger, back. Alright, and our apply button, blah blah blah, trigger event, and it's just going to be apply changes. Apply changes. So now when we open this up, we need a new custom, call it apply changes. Apply changes, back is still good to go. When we apply changes, we are going to want to our renderer. So we need to apply resolution. We need to save the GFX, which is the graphics. The resolution, obviously, is the resolution. And then we need to go into our GUI. And just checking here, but oh yeah, that's good. You might as well put a warning in there stating that sometimes it'll require a restart because the UI might not focus properly, if depending on how much of a difference your resolution is compared to what it was initially. So you're going to apply these changes, and you're also going to want to load back into the main menu. So continue, no. So apply changes could then also go to flow, trigger event, back. You can just trigger an event back in self, just like that, no parameters, all good to go. So now your resolution and your graphics have been changed to what you want, so when you actually load into the game, everything will load nice, will look nice. Well, or run the way you need it to run for your game, in case you have a shitty computer, you never know. So back and then apply changes are done. Now we just need our resolution to upgrade here. So to do that, we need 4 more customs here. Custom. Now then, this first one we want to rename here is going to be resolution. Then we want the other side of resolution. And then graphics. Alright, so let's go to our renderer here again. We will grab in screen Plygame. Apply resolution, change resolution, increase or decrease the resolution. Alright, perfect, yep. So we want to decrease the resolution here. Then we want to increase the resolution here. We will scroll down, we want to change the quality. We want to decrease the quality here, and then increase the quality here. So now let's go up to these 4 buttons and put in their functions here. So canvas, Plygame, blocks, trigger event. This is graphics. Graphics. Resolution. Alright, I did get the right one. I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything properly here. Resolution. Alright, did I already make the exit game? And then all we need to do is custom quit game. Custom quit game. We are going to go to our flow exit game. Just drop that in there and we are done. We just want to go to our main menu again quickly. Go to our quit game. And set it up quickly. Make sure CC like options isn't actually showing options. Continue is show load slots. That's doing a game. This is going to be show options. I'm pretty sure we handled the show options. And no, it's show options menu. There we go. Just check over your buttons and stuff, quick things if you need to. I'm pretty sure all is well. So make sure that you save all this. Keep your main menu enabled, of course, like so. Now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go into our screen editor, go to language or scene. See, before we can actually add our new scene here, we need to actually go to our build settings first. Add open scene. So now our main menu scene has been added to our build settings. We can now go to or scene and add our main menu scene. So now when we save and we press run game, we forgot we have two things we need to do. We need to get rid of our audio listener here, or at least disable it. In our case, I'll just remove it. Let's create a empty game object. We actually won't need to do that. Just go into your canvas, open Plyblocks and just add an on-state enter, in common on-start. On-start works actually, and then just go to your GUI and hide load screen. You want to hide the load screen there. This way you don't have that load screen in the background. This way, eventually you can always add some giant image here or video. So now let's press play here. We won't have our loading in the background there. Boom, there we go. It says that we have a few invalid targets here. So the on update has two things that are invalid, so I'm going to have to check that. Quick things here. On update, what would that be? Button continue, canvas main menu, that's why. Main menu and then main menu. There you go, because if you look at it, our thing is called main menu with a space, where our canvas is main menu with no space. So, if you're wondering what it is I just did without telling you guys, in the slash of the set interactables, the main menu was one word when it should be the two-worded main menu. So now when we load into the game, everything should be just fine. Boom, no more problems. So it says that we ended up having saved data, or at least I thought we had saved data. Well, actually, let me see what it is I'm doing here. Whoops, wrong direction. Let's set this way. There we go. Again, if you're wondering what it is I just did, reverse the false and the true, because if the load save slot count equals 0, you want it to be false. You don't want it to activate the continue button. There we go. So now if you click your options, you can see that this is my screen settings and my graphics settings right now. We can lower the graphics. You can change your screen settings. As you can see, the screen settings are actually 640. Because I'm using the editor, it's confused right now, but this does indeed work in the build settings. So you can change your graphics, click apply changes. It brings us back to the main menu. Click new game. Here's our new game, guys. As you can see, it did not actually show our load screen, I think. So let's see here. New game. Show load screen, else. Continue new game. Show load screen random. Okay, so it is showing the load screen. Excellent. So let's just quickly save, press play again. I'm going to save a file, quick things, and show you how that guys works. Okay, so let's go walk near the edge of this and then save. So we'll save right here. Let's open this. See, the slot is empty. We just saved to the slot. Exit game. If we were in the actual exe playing the game or on the phone, it would exit the game when pressing exit. As you can see, we now have save data, so we press continue. We have run into a small issue here. So let's see here. Show load slots menu. Specified component is valid. So let's show load slots to see what's going on there. This is why we do this. Testing here, so show load slots menu. What is it exactly that it's having an issue with here? Find child in canvas, but what child is it trying to find? Main menu state show load target is invalid. So we want to set the interactable equals true on button equals slot 2 in find by name canvas load slots canvas load slots, and then there's the button. So this should be working. Slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. All of these have their respective names. Everything's looking good. Alright guys, well I'm just going to put the video on pause, quick things, and see what it is I am doing wrong, and then we'll continue. Alright, well I'm back, and it seems that for whatever reason it does work. It just doesn't work finding it via its naming convention here for some reason. Plygame has a weird habit of doing that. See, it works everywhere else finding it this way, but for some reason this doesn't want to work finding it this way. But if we just drag and drop our reference from the hierarchy into here, it works perfectly. So we're just going to do that. But first we're going to actually rename a few things. So our text here, this will be text slot 1. And then we'll redrag it in there. Now we're going to put our button in here. Open this, change our text. Slot 2. Put it in there. And then do the same for this one. Button 3, and then the text. Slot 3. Now if we just go ahead and finish the tests here. When you go to continue, as you can see now it shows, because I was just testing, I ended up making another save. But if we go back and just click on our slot 1 here, boom, it loads us exactly where we left off here. If I move over here, let's say here, and save into slot 3, return the game, let's close it, load the game one more time. Continue game, load slot 3. It seemed to have an issue. The specified component is not valid. But if you click on it, it loads. I am going to check really quickly why that is doing that. Still. Oh, that's why. I didn't change this. Load slots. Text slot number 3. XD, that was funny. Yeah, now it's gonna show properly. Continue, there you go, slot 3, boom shakalaka. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful. Sorry for it being so long, but you know, I wanted to get everything done. There's your complete menu system with Unity UI and not Plygame's UI system. If you want to use Plygame's UI system, just go ahead and follow Leslie's tutorial on how to do that. Thanks for watching guys, take care.